Lads and ladies, it is the Royalivi back here today with a brand new series on the channel for the upcoming 23/24 European season. Yes, I know, it's all very exciting stuff. Basically, what I'll be doing is making 5 limited teams for the 5 big Euro leagues, and I'll be entering them into the Pro Euro tournaments. And gonna see if we can make some profit, make some cash money over the upcoming season. Hence the name of the series, the Euro Pro Fit Challenge. Get it? Because profit also has the word pro in it. If that's not some fucking Zian Fleming level of wordplay, then I don't know what is. Now, these pro tournaments are the tournaments where you can have 1 common and 4 limited cards as part of the entry specifications, and as of last season, as we can see here with the MLS version of the tournament, there are 200 prizes given out on a typical game week, and I reckon around 2,500 to 3,000 managers entering, so theoretically a 1 in 14 chance of winning a reward. That's some ergonomic shit right there. And obviously as well, I think you got to factor in that a chunk of those entries will be throwaway entries from other managers as well. You know, they'll be focusing more on the cap modes, for instance, and shit like that. And then maybe they just lob in some of their backup players into these tournaments as write-offs, really. So I think it is definitely possible to be competitive in these pro tournaments. So yeah, the real question here is, can you make a profit specifically targeting these tournaments? I don't fucking know. That's what we're here to find out over the upcoming season, lads and ladies. I think on the surface, these pro tournaments are probably the worst value for money in terms of competing and getting rewards and shit, but you know, my account is now in a place where I can build a few more teams for these in isolation, especially with that common slot helping out as well. It's pretty reasonable to assume that most managers who enter into these tournaments will be using the common slot for the goalkeeper. I probably will. I guess that's the introductions out of the way, so the plan here is to track my purchases for these tournaments, see what budgetary outlay has been made, and see if we can bring that outlay down throughout the year by winning some rewards, which would be all very lovely. And of course, the cards I buy for these tournaments will have a resale value at the end of the season, so we can factor that as well. You know, all accounting shit right here. But today we will be focusing on the first Euro entry out of the 5, my Bundesliga Pro team. And you know, for me, the main sightline still is when entering tournaments each game week, I'm going to be focusing first and foremost on the actual Champion Europe entry. You know, I want to go strongest foot there first, and obviously I already have some players in my account for that tournament, but I also have some players in my account who I don't use for that tournament, so they're kind of just sitting there doing sweet fuck all, and one of those players is Niklas Süle of Borussia Dortmund, who will be my first addition to the Bundesliga Pro team. And I won this card as a reward a month or so ago, but in terms of tracking him in the budget, we will take his current sale price of about £20. And, you know, I like Süle here as my defensive option. His scores towards the back end of last season were very tidy, especially his somewhat deceptive AA score. He was smashing out some big numbers there, which I think could be a good boost on the weeks where the remaining players in my team perform well. It's always tricky shopping for defenders, as decisives are obviously quite hard to come by there, but that's why a big AA score is quite important. So hopefully the differentials there from Niklas Süle make a big impact on this team, if that makes any fucking sense. And the issue with Dortmund is they're typically a team that would rather play out with a 4-3 win than a 1-0 win, so it's safe to say they concede a fair few goals from time to time. So Niklas Süle isn't always going to be a super strong player, but I think, you know, he's definitely a good starting point here, and he can do some good stuff from time to time. And I followed him up in the team with Ezequiel Palacios. Fucking said that weird, but he's here in the middle for about £10. Quite a cheap purchase there. I have fucking no idea what the transfer situation's looking like in the Bundesliga as well, alright? So, you know, that could definitely shake some things up come the start of the season, but for now, I've gone for Palacios in the middle, and he definitely seems like a player who, when Leverkusen perform well, he performs well. It's groundbreaking scientific revelations right there, I know, but I'm hoping he can do well for a player who's on the cheaper side of things, especially when you compare him to, say, Joshua Kimmich, for example. But I think he's still a player who's capable of hitting those high-end ceilings from time to time in the scoring matrix, so hopefully he's a good purchase. And I should also mention here as well, I'm trying to keep this shit as anti-stacking as possible, right? Not for any fucking particular reason. I guess it maybe is more fun and interesting, I hope. Obviously I want to profit here, but these are just little fun teams on the side for next season. You know, it's really not that deep, which is why my next player adding to the team is RB Leipzig extraordinaire, Timo Werner. And I know Timo got memed on a fair bit for his time at Chelsea, and he hasn't quite hit the ground running back at Leipzig just yet, but with Nkunku set to leave, I think Werner should be a big key focal point in their attack for next season, so I'm confident he can grab a decent amount of decisives for a relatively affordable price of £15. And, you know, to be fair, the Bundesliga isn't really blessed with a lot of top-end strikers at the moment. I mean, you've got Musiala, who is barely a striker. I think he's more of a cam, and he's also like 6 or 7 times the price of Werner. You've also got Sebastian Haller, who's another good option, but again, Werner was a third of the price for what I expect to be a similar outcome in terms of scores most weeks, so, you know, it just seemed like value for money. Werner was the best option here. A little under the radar purchase right there. I think he should be in for a good season next year. And then my final spot, let's not beat around the bush. This Bundesliga team has been completed with a Lucas Holler of SC Freiburg. He's their number 9, and I got him for the low price of £7. Look, I don't think he's what I want long-term for the team here, right? You know, I can't really see him being good enough for me to push into the rewards consistently too often, but, you know, he had a decent output towards the end of last season. He's a filler player, let's be honest. He's a filler player. I am looking at some other options. Julian Brandt is someone I'm looking at for the right price. Sabotsalai is, of course, another good option here in the Bundesliga. It depends whether he remains or leaves Leipzig this summer. He has been heavily linked with Newcastle recently, so we'll see where he goes and what his situation is looking like at the start of the season. But for now, these are my 4 outfielders: Sule, Palacios, Werner, and Holler for a total price of £55. I don't know. I think that's capable of winning that money back and then being able to sell the players on. But I don't know. I guess that's what we're here to find out. Because yeah, on the surface, the real question here is this team fucking good enough? And I'm gonna say no. This team is not fantastic. You know, Holler's definitely that weak point there. But we're gonna see what happens because, you know, as they say, it only takes one goal to win football. And that's the whole point of this little series, right? Just to see how a team like this could do, you know, in the grand scheme of things. As I said, it cost me 55 quid. If the team does fuck all and I lose a bit of money here, then I'll probably get over it. Maybe. So yeah, the Bundesliga setup is done. The next 4 episodes will be going individually into the other big 4 leagues. Obviously, you got your EPL, your Serie A, your La Liga, and your Liga 1. You know, we're going to go into details on the players, the shenanigans behind the purchases, and all of that blah, blah, blah. So hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you did enjoy it, then you can like and subscribe, you know, because that's all I've got in life. So please, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Because I fucking love you.